Hey everyone, welcome back to Preferred Home Services PHS Way channel. Today we're going to dive into programming a Daikin One thermostat. Now this is going to be set up as Zone 1 thermostat on a 2-zone system. So this might be a little bit different if you don't have a zone system. But for starters, we're just going to go through the basics here. We're going to select our language. And then we're going to hit continue. We're going to select unitary because this is a fit system that we're working with here. And then we're going to begin setup. Now the first thing you're going to do under begin setup and communication is we're going to select our Wi-Fi and connect to the network. Now if the customer is not comfortable sharing their internet and password, then this is where you will have them come up, select the password once you've selected their internet name, and type in the password. And so once they're finished typing in the password to the Wi-Fi setup, you can then update to the newest software so that the thermostat will be up to date and have no further issues. So once they've put in the password, you can hit connect per agreed terms, and you'll see it go to the next screen and start lighting up with some green check marks once it's connected to internet and once it's connected to the Daikin One cloud. Once that happens, then we're set up for Wi-Fi. We can hit our next step. We can select our language. We can even hit use large font if it's a little hard to see for some of the customers that are a little bit harder of seeing. You've got the name of the system. We're going to call this the main room. And then you've got your Fahrenheit or Celsius set up there. Now this is going to start searching for your equipment. If you don't have a zone system, then you're going to want to find your heat pump and your air handler here. But for this system, it's a zone system. So we're also going to find our zone board. And we're going to set this up as Zone 1, and any additional thermostats will be set up as an additional zone, and I'll make a later video for that as well. So we've now got the zone board down here, we've got our heat pump, and we've got our air handler. When you're setting up the air handler, if you have heat strips, this is where you're going to tell the unit that you have heat strips. So you're going to go here to heater kit, and you're going to select what size heat kit we have. In this one we have a 5 kW, so I've got 5 kW selected. And then once you're back, this is where the thermostat will know that the air handler has a heat strip to come on for heat strips. And the heat pump as well has got some settings here. You can set your heat pump lockout temp and your auxiliary heat lockout temp. Once you've got both pieces of equipment connected, if you've got a furnace and a case coil, then it'll pop up a case coil, furnace, and then outdoor unit. But in this case, I've only got the indoor unit and the heat pump. And then we're going to hit next step here. And under system optimization, we're still loading because we're still trying to connect to some things. But you can run your optional tests. You can look at your air history. You can calibrate your thermostat. And then you can check the status of your equipment as it's running. Your optional test is where you're going to want to go to test your electric heat strips before you leave the job to make sure that your heat strips are running and they're plugged in and they're programmed correctly. Once everything is set up, you've run your test, you can go to your preferences here, and your cooling and your heat preferences is where you'll be able to set your minimum maximum. It's where you'll turn on your cooling boost mode and what temperature it'll come on at. That's your house settings, your dealer information, and your reminders for your media filters or HEPA filters or any other reminders that you want to put on there for the system. Once that's complete, you just hit complete setup and your thermostat has been programmed. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.